What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. And I will try not to sing out of key, yeah. Oh, baby, as I get by with a little help from my friends. And I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, and I wanna try a little help from my friends.
Keaton, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Here we are, City Wintery.
I could not wait to meet you in the three-dimensional world. We were put together by mutual friends, and we're here at the loft at the City Winery, and we're behind the scenes because they're literally getting ready for your gig tonight.
Exactly. I'm opening for my dear friend Pat McGee tonight, and he's got Patrick McAloon and Johnny Williams with him, so it's going to be a big party.
The only CD that I have in my car and in my player is yours.
Oh, well, there you go. Perfect.
Love it. I absolutely love it, and I played it over and over and over again, and it made me laugh and it made me cry. And I don't know if that's what you were trying to elicit in your listeners, but it does. It's funny and it's sad too.
Thank you. That is actually what I'm kind of going for. I'm going for, I want to stimulate emotion, you know what I mean? And deep emotion. So whether it's sadness, hopefully all in a healthy way, but yeah, I want you to laugh and cry and scream and fall asleep and wake up.
And it's really listenable because, after the track ended, then it goes back to the beginning and it plays it again. And I didn't mind listening to it like 3 times in a row. That to me is a good side of good music.
Thank you. Me too. That's how I've always experienced the music that I love the most. I listen to it over and over and over again.
Yes, and that's really nice. Your journey started when for you? You told me that you had been formally trained, but also that you learned on your own.
Absolutely. I've had a good combination of both. I started as just a little baby, and before, as soon as I could talk, I was singing. I was playing piano even before that. And then I discovered the guitar around 12 years old, and by the time I was 14, I was certain that that's what I wanted to do. Had some teachers that I worked with, but it wasn't really until I went to college. I went to the Evergreen State College in Olympia, Washington, studied ethnomusicology, studied world music, and got to study and play music from all over the world. I now play a lot of different instruments. I write and produce and play music from all different genres, and that's it. I've been a solo artist pretty much my whole career, although I also play with other people. I played with Snoop Dogg, I was in Gnarles Barkley, and I most recently played with Chris Cornell, actually. But to me, I like the spontaneity of it. I don't like to over-rehearse. I like to see what you guys just saw on stage during the sound check. Pull the guys up. They know the songs because they've heard them. You know what I mean? Not necessarily because they've played them. You know.
You have great range too. Do you practice that? Do you also practice vocally at all? Like da 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 da. Like
da 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 da. Yes, I do almost that exact. No, sometimes I do it. Sometimes, not all the time. I've gone through periods where I had a real regimented vocal training and warm up and stuff like that, and cool down and all of it. If I'm on tour for a long time and I need to preserve my voice, that's absolutely a great way to do it. I know all those techniques and have all those resources at my disposal. But for the most part, I don't. I just try to relax. I don't do stuff that hurts, And that's.
You need to make it work for a while. It's the way you're making your living. I also found that you also are able to emote and almost like engage in, I would say, an experience where it's almost not theatrical, but I watch you perform and your facial expressions are bringing a lot also to the performance.
Well, to say that it's a kind of like a theatrical performance is not entirely off base. The only difference is it's not something that someone else wrote. I'm not doing someone else's material. I'm talking about myself and my own experiences, and I'm performing my own creative works. And so it's kind of, to me, it's kind of like that, kind of just like condensed, because it's so individualistic.
Do you time travel? Like when you're talking about building something with sticks and bones, are you actually visualizing the bones? Like were they chicken bones? I was curious. I was like, what the heck does that mean?
It's a good question.
You've been asked that question a lot, or no?
No, that one, I'm so glad to be asked that, because that's one of the lines that's like, it's cryptic, it's poetic, but it does have some pretty specific meaning. It basically just means building, like, to be able to create a castle out of just sticks and bones, out of the past and things that are not necessary, you know what I mean, out of what you got, what you have to work with. And so I was praising someone very close to me for being able to do such an incredible job of creating this castle of a life with just the sticks and bones.
It was fantastic, and it was like one of my favorite songs. On your journey, now you're traveling in a lot of different cities. Mm-hmm. How do you keep up with your health? I know that you said you like to cook and nutrition's important to you.
That is exactly right. I also learned how to eat, you know what I mean? I learned how to do it, and you can do it. You don't have to eat fast food and crappy stuff, and even there you can modify. There's some places that have a baked potato. Get a baked potato. You don't have to get a bunch of cheese and crap all over it. Get it and put something on it that's a little healthier for you. To me, I just like to eat fresh foods. I steer clear of foods that have been processed. And even in my cooking, I make all my sauces from scratch. I don't do stuff in cans and stuff like that as best I can. When I'm on the road, of course, that's more difficult. But again, you can find stuff in restaurants. Anytime, if I'm eating a vegetable, I'm eating a vegetable no matter where I am, and I can find those pretty much anywhere.
Just wash them up and they're ready to go. Rub them on, something like you also have some film credits.
Yeah, I've done some of that stuff too. I've done some TV and some film, and of course my music gets used in a lot of film and TV, but then I've actually appeared in some stuff too. I love expressing myself creatively and artistically, and I have a great respect and admiration for all the different artistic genre, but music, no problem. Music is absolutely my central passion, hands down, no question about it. And a big part of it is because of what we just said. I'm speaking my own material, It's not a theatrical performance. I'm not acting like anyone myself.
You're emoting. That's kind of what I was like, I guess I was present to. Even when you're fooling around and you're doing like this funny, can you do that funny scrunchy face when you're singing really low?
I do that. Yeah.
Low. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, how low can you go?
Yeah, it's the limbo of vocals.
You do make it really fun, and I thank you for spending some time with us here. And you're going to come on again. I thought maybe to do some cooking in the future.
I would love that. That would be so amazing, because I've been baking bread. I make baguettes. I make killer pizza. I make really good minestrone soup with handmade pasta and stuff.
Oh, lovely. Mm-hmm. All right, there you go. So we're going to be stamping out the tunes today, and maybe stamping out some pasta.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, stay tuned for more on Live It Up.